Hey, what's good? Coach Colin Castellan. Today, I'm gonna tell you 4 things that every bad shooter does, so we wanna make sure you don't. So sometimes the fastest way to improve is to not do things rather than do things, right? So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about some of the things I see over and over again that athletes do that absolutely kill their jump shot. So the very first one is casual shooting. Now tell me in the comments if this is something that you've done before as well. Casual shooting is basically the concept of like, hey, I'm tying my shoes, I'm going to the gym, I'm gonna go get some shots up. And what an athlete does is they come out to the 3-point line, they get a shot up, they kind of lightly jog, they go grab it, maybe they come back out to the 3-point line, they might go, oh, and they're kind of just going through the motions, right? And there's no real rhyme to the reason of what they're doing. I see kids do this all the time, whether it be at like the YMCA or the Boys and Girls Club or in gyms before an AAU tournament. But really the reason why this is bad is it's just wasted time, because normally they're not going fast enough. They're not actually getting game shots and game speed. And because of that, whatever they're doing isn't going to translate into the actual game, right? If you're on the perimeter and you're just kind of doing a little casual shooting, moving around, maybe talking to your friends, once you get into the game and it's chaotic and you're moving 100 miles an hour, it's going to be virtually impossible to have those reps translate, right? And so what you want to do is, even if it's less time, you want to be very deliberate in your game planning when you're doing your training. That way you're getting game shots at game spots at game speeds, as you've probably heard a coach say before, because it's so important. So make sure you're not casually shooting, because all that time's always wasted. So one massive thing that kills a lot of players and wastes their time when they're training is not having a training plan or a game plan every single time they go to the gym. When the best players in the world, the guys like Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, guys on that level, do you think they go to the gym without thinking about what they want to train? No, right? So what I see a lot of kids do is they'll tie their shoes up, and the first time they step on the court will be the first time they're thinking about like, what should I do today? And they're like, nah, maybe I'll work on layups for a little bit. Maybe I'll work on some catch and shoot jumpers. Maybe I'll work on some separation. But they don't really have a rhyme to the reason, right? Instead, you want a backwards design with what you need to get better at, right? So if in your game you have a hard time hitting, catch and shoot jump shots, that's probably something you want to add to your routine. If in your game you have a really hard time handling the ball against pressure, or maybe a full court trap, that's probably something you want to add to your training, right? So when you're thinking about how you're going to train, where you're going to train, really think about what you need first before you actually get there. If you can do that, you'll maximize the time when you're in the gym, and you'll be able to get those gains a lot faster. All right, so another thing that most players don't realize that is absolutely killing their game is what I call lazy reps, right? They're like, hey, how come I'm not getting better? I'm in the gym, I'm putting in time, I'm going, 4 days a week or whatever it is, and that's great. But if some of their reps are lazy reps, those reps aren't going to stack like Lego blocks to get better. And what I mean by that is this. Let's say you're doing a drill and you're like, hey, I gotta get 10 shots in this drill. Let's say it's a step back drill where I'm going like this, right? You might be really, really great and polished with your step back your first 3 or 4 reps, but as you get tired, as you start to lose focus, a lot of times players, their last 5 or 6 reps might be kind of terrible, right? So if you got 10 reps of a drill, 4 of them are great, 6 of them are terrible, basically 60% of the reps aren't gonna translate into the actual game. So what you need to do is what I call pro reps. If you watch the best pros in the world work out, they'll work on one thing really, really hard, and they're laser focused the entire time, right? I've heard stories of guys doing one single drill for like an hour and a half and a perfect rep every single time. So what you want to think about is getting a pro rep every move that you do, because even if you do less moves, right? Let's say instead of 10 reps, you do 6 reps, but they're all perfect, you're still going to have a better percentage that's going to stick into the game. So really get pro reps on everything you do. So another huge thing that most players screw up is wasting time. The gym time is sacred, right? There's only so much gym time available. And unless you own your own gym, you probably can't pop out and get jumpers into it whenever you want to, right? And so every minute that you're in a gym is super necessary to maximize, right? So let's say you're in the gym for an hour. If you spend 15 of those minutes goofing off or talking to your buddies or whatever it is, that's gym time that's being wasted. Right? So what I like to do is I like to have the plan before I get to the gym. I like to jump into the plan as soon as I get there, and then keep it moving throughout, right? I'm not saying you can't have fun and dap up your buddies and say, hey, what's good? But you want to make sure that you're using that gym time, because I always say gym time is sacred time. So make sure you're not disrespecting the gym, make sure you're not disrespecting your game, and maximizing that time, because I promise you, you're going to get a lot better, a lot faster than the guys who come around and don't take it seriously. All right, if you want to shoot like a pro, you got to train like a pro. So click the top link in the description down below and get instant access to the Pro Shooting Pack brought to you by our guys at Pro Class. Now you can work out with some of the best shooters in the world, guys like Chris Paul, Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, just to name a few, to ensure that you're getting your jumper on point. And also, if you're new to ShotMechanics, hit that subscribe button, ding the bell notification, because we're bringing the best videos on the internet to help you get better that you're not going to want to miss. Again, I'm Coach Colin Castellan, and until next time, splash on. Buckets! Aye!